Hi friends, happy Thursday. Welcome back to math today. Today for math, you will need your Envisions workbook, a pencil, and we're going to start on page 91 today. So we're starting chapter 2 in our math book. So go ahead and pause the video and grab the materials that you need. All right, friends, welcome back. We are going to look at our learning target and then talk about what we're going to practice today. So today for math, we're training our brains by looking at groups of objects. So our learning target says, I can compare groups of objects. When we're comparing, that means that we're looking at two different groups and we're seeing, ooh, do we have the same number of objects in this group as this group? Does one of the groups have more? Does one of the groups have less? That's what we're going to look at today. And in order to help us, I put our resource up here that we talked about in our other lesson. Can you think of what this resource is called? If you said number line, kiss your brain. You are exactly right. Our number line helps us remember the order of the numbers that we count in, and it also shows us how those numbers get bigger as we count. So we're going to start on page 91. This is our Solve and Share, starting chapter 2. Excuse me. So now that our brains know our numbers 0 through 5, and we're going to keep working on those, we're now going to take it a little bit further. And like I said, we're going to start comparing groups of objects. It's a little bit harder since you don't have things like our materials at home, but we'll do the best we can. Okay? So on page 91, it says that Marta has some toy cars. The directions ask us, are the cars that she has, the red and the yellow, the same number? So are there the same number of red cars as there are yellow cars? How do you think we can figure this out? What do we need to do? First, we need to count, right? Let's use the strategy that we already know. So let's start with our yellow ones. Let's take our pencil and count and mark out. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many yellow? 4. Very good. Now let's count the red. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many red? 4. Very good. So does Marta have the same number of yellow cars as she does red cars? Yes, because we say that 4 is the same as 4. Can you say those words with me? 4 is the same as 4. So when we look at Marta's cars, we say that she has the same amount of yellow and red cars. Okay, another way to look at this is at my 2 cube towers. Let's count the green ones. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 green here, and let's count the red. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 red. So I see that, yes, they're the same amount in both groups. The towers are the same height. Okay? Very good. Go ahead and turn to the next page. We're going to learn a new strategy besides counting and marking out to figure out how we can tell which group has more, less, or the same. So on page 92, I wonder if you guys even know what these toys are. Look at the top. Do you know what kind of toy that is? That's a yo-yo, throwback. And down here, this is a little top, so you can spin it, a little spin top. So what we're going to do, I like to call this, we're going to make dancing partners with our objects and then see who is left over and who doesn't have a dancing partner, okay? So I want you to look at our cubes again. Let's say that my green cubes and my red cubes are going to a little dance, la-di-da-di-da, okay? And each of my green cubes and my red cubes has to find a dancing partner, but their dancing partner can't be from the same group, okay? So here's my green one, here's my red one. Here they go, dancing, la 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 la. Oh, but in my green group, I have another green one, but I don't have another red one in my hands. So this guy does not have a dancing partner. That means there are more in the green group than there are in the red group because this guy's left over here dancing by himself. La-di-da-di-da. Okay? So we're going to do the same thing on our papers. We're going to make dancing partners, and we're going to see which objects are left over, if there are any, okay? And it's kind of tricky, but you'll get it as we go. Every year, our friends learning this new concept think, woo, that's a lot. But then as we start going through our lesson, they surprise me every time. They start catching on, and they're saying, woo, more, less, equal, okay? So here we go. Let's take a look at our toppers. So let's first count and mark out our red toppers. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 red ones. Now let's count and mark out our blue ones. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so we know there are 4 red and there are 4 blue, but we're going to use a new strategy by drawing a line to show that we're making dancing partners, that they're the same, that we can match, okay? So let's start with the first red topper. They already have our dotted line for us. So we're going to draw 1 to make a dancing partner. Let's go to the next red topper. Oh, 2, they found a blue dancing partner. 3 and 4. So every single red topper and blue topper has a dancing partner. That shows me that there are no leftovers dancing by themselves. Since we have the same number of red and as the blue, we're going to circle both groups to show these 2 groups have the same amount. There are 4 red and 4 blue. When they are the same, we say that they are equal. Can you guys say that word with me? Equal. The same is equal. Very good. So we say that 4 is equal to 4. All right. Let's go ahead and flip to page 93. Okay. This is the page that you are going to post to your teacher's Google Classroom. Okay? Page 93 is very much like what we're going to do on the back, but I'm going to come back and explain this to you in just a moment, okay? So now let's flip to page 94. Okay. Page 94 tells us that we're going to draw our lines, our dancing partner lines, from the toys in each group. Then we're going to circle the groups if they are equal, like we just did. That means we're going to draw one big circle around the groups if they are the same in number. We're going to mark an X on the groups if they are not equal in number, okay? So if they don't have the same amount, then we're going to draw an X. All right, so let's start with our kites. Let's count our blue and purple kites first. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's count our yellow and red ones. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now right away, just because we're smarty patardies and we've used a different strategy we've already learned, we know that there are 4 kites in each group. But now we're going to show our work a little more. We're going to make dancing partners. Now stay with me on this because this one is very mixed together. There aren't rows like our other ones we practiced. So we're going to draw a line from our yellow and red kites to our purple and blue ones. Okay? So put your pencil on a yellow and a red kite, this guy right here. Okay? We're going to draw a straight line down to the purple and blue one to show, whoop, they're a dancing partner. Now let's go to this yellow and red guy. He has another dancing partner from the purple and blue group right above him. So draw your line there. Okay, remember we're starting with our yellow and red ones. So we're going to go to the next yellow and red kite and draw a dancing partner line down to that purple and blue. And then coming over here, we're going to draw our next dancing partner line from the yellow and red to the purple and blue. So now we can count the dancing partner lines and show that there are 4 in each group. Let's count. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, since they are the same, we're going to circle both groups to show that they are equal. Make sure you draw one big circle around both groups. Okay? And then I want you to repeat after me. Ready? 4 is equal to 4. 4. Good. That means 4 is the same as 4. Kiss your brains. Good job. Let's move over to the next one, number 7. Look at our dump trucks. We have yellow and red. Let's count our yellow first by marking out. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Now let's count our red. 1, 2. Good. Now let's draw our dancing partners to show more work. Let's start with our yellow down to our red. We're going to draw 1 line, 2 lines. Oh, but look at this yellow one. Does he have a red dancing partner? No, sirree. So that shows me that which group has more? Yellow. Very good. Which group has less, the smaller amount? Red. Very good. Now here's one tricky higher thinking question. How many more does the yellow group have than the red? 1. Very good, because he does not have a dancing partner. There's 1 left over without a dancing partner. So because they're not the same amount, they are not equal, we're going to put an X on top of it. Okay? And I want you to repeat after me. Ready? 3 is greater than 2. 2. And 2 is less than 3. Okay? And as we get further and further into our math, we'll learn more of those words that we're using, those math words, okay? You guys are doing a great job. I just want to get you guys used to saying those math words as we are starting to learn a new skill. Okay, moving down to the next one. We have our green planes and our blue planes, okay? This is also a tricky one because look how far the planes are. Let's first count our green planes. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's count our blue ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's make dancing partners. Be very careful because we have to draw long lines, okay? So let's draw from our green to our blue. Here's one dancing partner, okay? There's 2 dancing partners. There's 3 dancing partners. There's 4 dancing partners. Woo! We're getting there. We got to go past that other one. And 5 dancing partners. See how many lines there are? Our math book just really spread those guys out. So, does every airplane have a dancing partner? Yes. That means that there are an equal number of planes in each group. So we say that 5 is equal to 5. Can you say that with me? 5 is equal to 5. There's the same amount. So I'm going to draw one big, it's actually not a circle, an oval around those planes to show that yes, we counted and they're the same in each group. Okay? All right, let's move down to our challenger. Our challenger, number 9, says that we are going to draw a circle around the group of yellow counters that is not equal in number to the group of red counters. Okay? So first, we're going to look at our red counters. Then we need to circle the group that does not have the same amount as the red ones we count. So I'm just talking slowly so that your brains can think about what we should do. So what strategy should we use to figure out which groups have the same and which ones are different? Good. Let's start by counting and marking out our red. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many red did we count? 5. So that our brains don't forget that, let's write a 5 right under our counters. Okay, now let's count our next group, our yellow, in this group right here. See how these dividers show us this is a group? Let's count and mark out. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, how many are in this group? 5. The same amount. Let's write our 5 so we don't forget and get confused. Okay. All right. Last group. Let's count and mark out. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, how many did we count? 4. Let's write it. Down and over and down once more. That's the way to make a 4. Okay. Now, which one do we need to circle? Which one is not the same as our red group? 4. Good. So I'm going to circle my group of 4 right here. Okay. If you said when I asked which strategy to use that we should do dancing partners, that is also a great strategy in practice. It's just a little more difficult using that strategy when our counters are side by side like this versus next to each other like our other groups. Okay, now let's flip back to page 93. Okay, you're going to do the same thing that we did on the other side, but make sure that when you make your dancing partners, you draw your lines from different groups. So I'm not going to draw a line from yellow to yellow. The dancing partner has to come from the other group. So I'm going to draw my dancing partner line from yellow to green. Yellow to green, yellow to green, and whoop. Okay? You're going to do the same thing. This is a tricky practice that you guys are learning. So take your time, circle your groups that are equal, and put an X on the group that are not, like we did on the back, okay? So you will have to have an adult help you read the directions to you. And if you get stuck, look at the back and think about what we did, okay? This is very tricky. I normally in class would walk all of my friends through this side. But since you're at home learning, I want you to practice doing this on your own. It's okay if you make a mistake. It's okay if you're still confused because that's why we're learning, okay? And when you're finished, post it to your teacher's Google Classroom so that we can see what a great job you did and see where we need to go from here, okay? All right, friends. Keep up the great work. Work towards that learning target of comparing groups. Have fun with it. I know you can do it. You're going to do great. And I will see you tomorrow for Math on Friday.